Before we begin this episode, a quick message to the CHC audience.
We would like to invite you to check out another podcast that we enjoy.
Hi, this is Dan.
And this is Taylor.
And we are Dan and Taylor of the You Watch, I Listen podcast. The movies you need to see.
The albums you need to hear.
And the bullshit nonsense banter you never knew you needed. Join us each week as we break down movies,
music,
and every other thing you needed to know from the world of movies, music, video games, politically correct culture, and everything else in between. Visit us at youwatchilisten.com.
And follow us on all forms of social media, as well as on we're on Apple iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're everywhere we need to be.
And you can find us again at youwatchilisten.com. Facebook, Twitter. Join us, join the laughs, and join the bullshit.
Let you in on an aspect of the world that you're not normally accustomed to.
I could have been a totally different person.
Yeah, right now.
Since 12 hours ago.
Could have been wearing a business suit today. Who knows?
With a fanny pack.
With a fanny pack. Just classing up the joint.
That's a fantastic idea.
It's the only kind of ideas I have, sir.
It's Corner House Chronicles Day.
It's just different enough.
And here's the kicker, boss. They're all the same personality.
They're assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 1.5 million asshole penguins.
Best part.
I'm going to try and pace it out, so just as you forget about me, I'll just pop in and remind you.
All right, let's get this party started. This is the Corner House Chronicles, episode 70. I am John.
I'm Jason.
With us this evening is
R4G.
R4G's in the house, representing Taylor.
Boom! Welcome to the show, sir.
Pleasure to have you over here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
We're just drinking some beers, having a good time. We've been bullshitting about a lot of different things so far.
We figured it was a good time to start the show.
What we need to do is do the Facebook Live for the pre-show. That way people get a little taste of what's going on, then they get a little inclined.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We got to build up to the bigger steps.
Yep. Baby steps, dude. That's what we're about here at the corner. So you're here this evening. One of the things we used to do that we haven't done in quite some time is I used to have a movie homework segment that I did because I don't watch a lot of fucking movies. Yeah. I'm sure you remember this. We've known each other quite some time.
Anytime you bring up like, oh, remember that time? And he's like, I haven't seen that movie.
It's gotten worse over the years. I just don't fucking watch movies. Whatever. And so I used to do it as homework.
I have been accused of that type of guy that will bring up movies.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's cool. I get it. I used to watch a lot. Yeah, whatever.
Comes with the territory.
Mm-hmm. The other day, I found myself watching FXX.
Okay.
Which, I don't know if you've watched that channel recently, but, there's no more... They can say whatever they want. There's no editing on the... they edit, I think nudity is the only thing they edit now, with the blurs. That's it. Swearing, no big deal.
Is it like a standard channel, or is it like an extra channel? You're going to pay more for.
It's just part of the cable package.
Okay.
Whatever it is. I don't know.
I don't believe I've ever ventured to FXX.
I want to say it was Sunday night, probably 8 to 10 was the time the movie was on.
Okay.
I think I turned it on at 8:30, maybe. So I missed the first half hour of the movie. But I'd like to report that I sat down and watched Straight Outta Compton.
Hey.
I'm late to the game.
A little bit, but not,
Phenomenal movie. I thought it was fucking badass, dude.
I thought they did a great job.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So the kid that played Ice Cube
is
Ice Cube's son.
Yeah.
The kid that played Dr. Dre looks more like Dr. Dre than Ice Cube's son looks like Ice Cube. And I was like, wait, what's going on here?
The guy who played Tupac?
Yeah.
He got a movie just because of
that
part.
He looked like Tupac in that recording studio. Man, it brought up so many memories of the Death Row, that whole Suge Knight East Coast, West Coast thing, because I was 13, 14 years old when that shit was popping off, so I remember it quite well. Yeah. But the NWA stuff, boy, I didn't remember a lot of that. Like the Joe Louis Arena was where they went heads up with the feds and shit.
Well, yeah, that was before Facebook, though, and a lot of stuff. A lot of that stuff was
hell yeah.
The scenes,
you got newspapers or
exactly
magazine columns and shit. And
right.
If you didn't get those magazines, you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't get the November whatever issue of the Detroit Free Press in 1993, then you're out the loop.
Or the Metro Times probably covered it.
Right.
Or that one kid in class that always wore the NWA shirt.
Yeah.
Who was diehard, but
always talking about Busy Bone.
Like, don't get me wrong. I remember the music,
Yeah.
you know, but
The story.
the
like,
stories and stuff. Yeah, dude, that was a great movie. I was so impressed with the way that was done. I want to sit down and watch it now, you know, front to back. Because, like I said, I missed the first maybe half hour, 20 minutes of it. So I don't know who starts what, how they play the movie, but
I went into it with pretty low expectations, and I came out pretty impressed.
Because
Yeah.
they wrapped it up really quick from like casting, it started shooting, and then post production, and they threw it out, and it was like what 3 months, 4 months, like it was fucking quick. Because I remember on TV they were holding open auditions for characters,
yeah.
and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then like a couple months later, it's like the film comes out, you see the trailers and shit, and you're like, whoa, they're done. It's like, oh, okay,
I enjoyed it.
yeah. I do remember when I watched it, Ice Cube's like second story when he split off.
Yeah.
It made me go and listen to the song "No Vaseline," just because when like they're sitting in the garage studio and they're listening to it, they're like, "Damn!" Oh, and then each one's just like, "Motherfucker!" Oh, that is just vicious.
What really, like, I didn't remember this, or I don't know how much I paid attention to it, but Eazy-E was only 31 when he died?
Yeah, he was young as shit.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, he died real quick after like the diagnosis.
Yeah, well,
There's some suspicious things about that.
really?
Oh, really?
I heard some shit, but I don't know how true it is.
Speculation.
Well,
That he was maybe injected by somebody
Ooh,
with the strain.
oh,
really?
Yeah.
well, they didn't cover that in the movie.
No.
No, they didn't. They didn't. It was actually somebody in the movie also.
Was he a doctor?
He's not a doctor.
Oh.
He just played one.
He was a knight.
Oh.
Not an anointed knight. But,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a conspiracy theory, but
Right. Internet rumors.
if you
mean-
think about it, he announced he had AIDS and he was like
He was hurt.
dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Weeks. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it was the 90s, but still, that's like full blown.
Well, what the doctor told him in the hospital in the movie again. Now this is the movie,
Yeah.
so they wrote it how they wrote it. But the
Yeah.
doctor comes in and says like a normal person has a whatever blood count
white blood cells.
it's like 500, right?
And
And
he
he's
had,
like,
like,
you have
10.
14.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
right.
holy
It's, like,
shit,
super
dude.
Accelerated, like
Right away.
You think you get that just from banging some freak? You know, like I mean, maybe I'm not a doctor, but
Yeah.
Dr.
No,
Dre
that makes
is,
sense.
but-
Yeah, it seemed to set in rather fucking quick.
It did.
It
It
is.
did. In comparison to other stories you may have heard about people with that.
Yeah.
And Suge Knight's credibility isn't 100%.
No,
You know,
no,
he's
it's
done
not.
some pretty
It's taken some hits over the years.
here and there, yeah.
One or two stories have come
Yeah, a
out.
little bit.
You know, sometimes he just mows people down with his truck. You know, Just
Do you,
go like
do you remember when Vanilla Ice came out?
Oh, the story about him hanging him out of the balcony of the
balcony?
hotel room or some
Yeah.
shit.
that. I've seen that. Yeah.
I wonder how legit that is. Because he retracted it like pretty fucking quick after he did that interview. And then later on in life, he went back and was like, no, it was real.
Getting your life threatened is a hell of a,
It's one way.
a mind changer, I guess.
So, like, I could
Negotiation
lie,
tactic.
Yeah, I could lie for him, or I could get hit by a truck or shot up with AIDS.
You know?
I mean, you gotta make your choices sometimes. You know?
I don't believe I've ever heard that.
No, neither have I.
No,
But that's an
I've
interesting
seen it
spin.
on a-
It's not.
seen it
It's
on
not too far fetched.
Is your source Alex Jones? Because
It's not Alex Jones.
okay, good.
His name is Alexander
BuzzFeed, right?
Johnson.
I heard it from the person that put me onto the Remy Martin.
Oh, okay.
He told me that.
All right.
The lady in front of you. With
Yeah, it was her. That lady. She was sweet.
She was a very lovely lady.
She's like, you never guess what I heard.
That's interesting.
Yeah, no,
But-
I saw it on it was on YouTube. It was man, it was a long time ago.
It's probably the same conspiracy page that said he had something to do with Tupac's killing too, or something. You know,
I mean,
like there's all
maybe,
kinds
yeah.
of theories floating around. Wouldn't you like to know some of them?
Yeah, like
You know-
in there like a fly in the
Yeah.
Mercedes or whatever.
That's when you need Doc Brown in that time machine. Like, Marty, we got to find out what happened to Easy.
I feel like that's not the first place I would go, but
Yeah, there's probably other places, but eventually you got a time machine.
Okay,
right?
fair enough. What would be the first place you'd go?
Damn. The first place.
If you,
In
yeah,
time.
Doc Brown pulls up with the fucking time machine, or we can go Rick and Morty if you want to animate your tale.
Oh man.
You know,
that's
he pulls
wild.
up and he's like, "Hey, we can go back to right now.
15 minutes in and out.
Let's go."
I don't have enough schmeckles for that.
You seem like the guy who would go back to the carpet store after fucking a heart
Fuck
attack.
you. That's the coldest thing anyone's ever said to me, bro.
This guy's taking Roy off the grid.
You never go back to the carpet store. Come on. It's like Roy 101.
Oh shit!
Is that a serious question though? Like, where
Sure.
in
I mean,
time
yeah.
would I go?
That is
If you can think
solid,
of one,
yeah.
fuck.
If you had the opportunity,
Probably back to, I might go back to Houston.
Whitney,
Yep.
don't get in that
Yep,
bathtub,
Don't
baby.
get in the bathtub, Whitney.
Ouch.
Sorry.
And just put myself on that little grassy knoll just to see what really happened. You know?
Oh, the
all right.
Kennedy
You know what I mean?
deal.
Just to see,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What happened? You know, did this guy do it? Is he a nut job or?
Just walk in that room, be like, "Hey, guy, it's a nice rifle you got there,"
Yeah. There you go. Right.
or just like get a safe spot. Like, I know nothing happened in this area, and I can see.
Like you're up in the warehouse that he was in, like you're sitting in the corner reading a book, and he comes up and he gets to the window, and you're like, "Hey," scare the shit out of him.
Just sneeze, like, and he's like,
The gun goes off.
"That's the first, the magic bullet."
The more I think about it, that might be a terrible idea.
Yeah, I don't know if you would want
The
to be
time
there.
travel, I go back. I don't think the 1960 authorities would be like believing my story. Like,
They
no,
say
it's
you're
cool. I
hippie,
come
yeah,
from
like-
2019. I got a DeLorean.
If you just
You're
take me over to the
crankcase.
corner, I'll prove it.
Yeah.
It's parked in a garage.
I don't know if that would be my first trip.
I'm wearing Calvin Klein's. So
Yeah, my name's Calvin. It says so on my underwear. There.
We actually talked about this. Chris, our cousin Chris, was
Yeah.
over for episode 68 or
68,
yeah,
which is also known as 15A.
15A.
kinda.
We were talking about
15A.
time travel, and if it was possible, they've said that you could only go forward,
Yep, you can't
not
come
backward.
back.
that'd be cool though.
So, if that was the case, I'd go to like 2100
Okay.
just to see that number roll over on a calendar. See what the future's like 80 years from now.
Would you go to Queen Cortez's palace?
See what you did there.
Yes, I would.
I was gonna say,
Let's
would
go.
you like
I'd
try
egg
to-
it if they still had eggs.
Eggs would be long gone by then.
right.
I was gonna say,
They
would,
fart, bro. Like
Yeah.
chickens fart, bro. You can't be doing that.
Gotta go.
would you try to like sneak up on yourself, like watch to see, like, what am I doing in that time?
80 years from now?
Yeah, you said 2100, didn't you?
Yeah, I won't
you
be
wouldn't
here that
around.
long.
What about like family? Would you like try to track down like?
Grandkids or great grandkids or
grandkids.
something. If I had enough time in the day when I was.
Then you could be like Rick Sanchez and just walk up to like your great grandkid and be like, "I'm your great grandfather. Come with me. We're going on an adventure," and then go forward in time. But then you're abducting a child.
Yeah, and if we're going under the rules that you can't go back in time.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in the future as an old dude.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to say a whole lot. I'm just going to find a corner and sit and watch people.
Wait, tell Luca I said what's up.
Right.
President Luke, Vice President Luca.
I was just going to say here real quick, we were talking about movies. I brought up that movie that I watched, and Jay here tagged us in a little thing on Facebook earlier, and it was about a movie that's being made
For Netflix.
for Netflix. And the guy that plays Thor,
Chris Hemsworth
I'm familiar with them.
okay, he's going to play Hulk Hogan,
in a Netflix biopic.
I can see it.
okay?
He's got the tan.
I mean, if you cut his hair and give him a fucking Fu Manchu handlebar mustache.
See, he's got the Asian hair, yet it appears silken and blonde.
Those crafty Australians, man.
Do you think the bandana and the hair is just one piece he puts on in the morning?
Now,
Or do you think the hair's his?
nowadays,
Hulk Hogan, the real Hulk Hogan.
The hair is still his, but the bandana has been getting like covering more and more.
Like the Bret
area.
Michaels effect?
Yeah,
Like you just
yeah.
put it on to cover up what you
Yup.
don't have? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I feel like your wife.
He's still got the skullet, but it's it's been well taken care of by professionals. It's just bread and butter, baby. He's not gonna fucking shave that shit.
So, I wanted to talk about this because the last time I saw Hulk Hogan in a movie,
No Holds Barred or The Nanny.
I was going to say, yeah, The Nanny was probably the newer one of the two, but No Holds Barred was,
Zeus.
yeah,
Yeah. What was the other one where he was the alien?
Suburban Commando.
Suburban Commando.
And he was in Rocky 3.
He was Thunderlips.
Yep.
Baby.
How did he not manage to get more acting gigs over the years?
I'm going to say it's a combination of contractual obligation with wrestling.
Right.
And the fact, like, how do you write that man apart? He's like 6'6", 300 pounds, of pure muscle who can't act. Yeah, let's put him in a fucking movie. You, Stallone. How many fucking lines do I get? 3. Thunderlips, baby, and that's the game, bud. And you slap Stallone, and that's it. After you start fucking, come here, meatball, and that's about it. Get you a Screen Actors Guild card. Set you free.
I think he could be a pretty effective bouncer in some scenarios.
Yeah, but you're definitely not going to put him in like fucking Lincoln.
Yeah. Or like,
4 brother.
or La La Land.
Oh yeah, no musicals. I don't know his dancing capabilities.
It's probably decent.
You'd be surprised, probably.
Do you think he could play some kind of role like a Hellboy, where it's him, but it's where he's in so much character, suit, makeup?
I with
No
those,
way, brother.
No,
he has the body for it, but he doesn't have the acting chops. Because if you put that much like makeup and prosthetics and fucking costume on,
yeah, he's no Ron Perlman. I'm saying
you have to figure out a way to get those emotions across.
Yeah,
with all that like shit on.
So he would have to be like Captain America or something to where he could play that.
He could play the Hulk.
Or maybe
I mean, like Lou Ferrigno had a good career as the Hulk.
or
Yeah.
Maybe like a Lifetime movie where your wife gets stolen by your son's friend.
I don't
I feel
know.
like he's got that kind of emotion inside of him.
Really? He could. Would he be like the guy who lost the girl, or would he be the
definitely.
friend?
He would be the guy who lost the girl.
So he's like
He
the
would-
desperate husband.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what happened to him in real life.
That's true.
You know?
Oh, yeah,
you
okay,
just
yeah.
Reach for that.
Yeah.
Motivation.
It is a biopic.
It is a biopic.
Wonder what part of his life they're going to focus on.
I'm going to say it's going to be coming up in the 80s, like the beginning of Hulkamania, and then it's
Right.
going to trail off towards the trial in the early 90s.
Okay.
I don't think Hemsworth is going to put on 40 pounds, lose the muscle mass, and be like the old man Hogan. Like, I'm back for WrestleMania 32, brother. Like, I don't see that happening. I think it's going to
Maybe
be
like first 7 minutes of the movie is him going through
I think it's going to be.
deciding on being a wrestler
Yeah,
and
yeah.
going from Terry to Hulk and
I
stuff.
think it's
okay.
going to end towards around the steroid trial. I don't think it's going to go beyond
Random
that.
question.
Throw it out there, buddy.
Who would be the best actor today to play Ric Flair in that movie?
That's a tough one. I would vote for Gary Busey's kid. What's his name?
Jake?
Jake Busey.
Jake Busey? Yeah.
He's got the look. He's got the crazy.
You need the crazy.
You got to have the crazy.
Crazy's key.
You just have to spend some time in the gym, but I think that he could pull that off.
All right, before we go any further with this conversation, I'm going to throw out the CHC trademark umbrella right now because everything we're going to talk about, they're going to try and steal from us to use in this movie.
Hey, it's all fucking recorded, baby.
Jack Black plays Mick Foley.
Okay.
That'd be
I can
sweet.
see that.
Uh-huh.
I can
Okay.
see that.
Uh-huh.
I like
Who's
that.
playing Vince McMahon?
The Rock.
No.
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 Bruce Willis.
I was going to say Bruce Buffer.
Oh, that would fucking
Bruce
rock.
Jenner.
Damn, okay.
I'm sorry. I meant Kaylin. Kaylin.
Excuse me.
Stephanie. Man. That's what I meant.
All I can think about is who's going to play all these other characters in this movie if they focus on that time frame. Like they can't do Andre the Giant.
You can't.
Who's going to play Andre? You can't. You're going to have to.
Big Show.
Oh
They'd
yeah,
probably get
yeah.
him.
Compared to Helmsworth, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big difference. They could get him. That would work. Okay,
He's got the best memes.
you got like
Big Show.
Ultimate Warrior, and what was the article you actually shared? The person that wrote it said if Steve Buscemi doesn't play Macho Man,
That was the one and only DJ Cumberbund.
that's what. Yep, he shared it.
He did.
He didn't write it. He shared
He
it.
said Steve Buscemi better be playing Macho Man or I'm not watching.
That's what it was. Yeah,
I love Steve Buscemi, but
He could play Hart, Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South.
He could rock some Jimmy Hart.
He could do that pretty good, I think.
I don't like to say what Steve Buscemi can do because I feel like he could do anything. But
I mean, the man was a firefighter in New York. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
he was also on a very good bowling team. They didn't run on Shabbos, but they were a good team.
I don't know if you follow the show. but we like to dive in. Not to take this too far off the
No,
tracks,
no, no,
but just to
absolutely, because
recap.
this is good for him. Because I don't
It
think he
is. I
heard
don't
this
think-
episode that
I
we
don't
talked
either.
about
I'm
this.
not
This
on
is
the
good.
tracks, so
This
I
is
like,
good.
I like going off the rails.
Here we go. This is
So-
gonna blow your mind a little bit.
We like the conspiracy theories, right?
Okay.
And on Reddit, there's a whole subreddit of conspiracy theories and different things. And one of them I read was about the Big Lebowski and the fact that Donnie's character wasn't a real person. He was, but he was a friend of John Goodman's character who died in Vietnam, and he was just the mental projection.
Donnie was a ghost.
Donnie was a ghost, and it was just
Walter was the only one.
Walter's way of dealing with the loss of his best friend from
Yeah,
Vietnam, because there's only
And
one
Lebowski
time.
was so jacked up on Caucasians, he didn't even know what the fuck
If you
was
go
going
through the
on.
movie, there's
Watch
only,
the movie now. Listening to after hearing this,
There's
Yeah.
only one time where Lebowski talks directly to Donnie, and he doesn't look at him when he says it.
Yeah.
Your phone's ringing, dude. Your phone's ringing. Your phone's ringing. And he goes, "Thanks, Donnie." That's the only part.
Huh.
But people are like, it could be like Walter has like possibly a split personality, and he talks for Donnie, and then he's like, "Shut the fuck up, Donnie. You're out of your element." And it's just him the whole time. And if you go back and watch it with that mind frame, you will just go, "Oh shit."
That's pretty. I'm actually gonna do that because I love that movie.
'Cause,
I've only
like,
seen it maybe 4 or 5 times.
At the part where they
But
cremate Donnie, if you look at the dude, he looks like, "Why the fuck are we even here?" And they're
Yeah.
going through the options. Like, that's fucking expansion. We can just go get a fucking
Yeah, and the dude's passionate enough about things that he would care.
yeah, because he went to his landlord's
Yeah,
fucking
no,
play,
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Really.
and you sit there and
Yeah.
you're like, "Okay, that has some legs."
Yeah.
then we talked about how much time this person must have invested in this
yeah.
theory.
Have you guys
Or
seen,
how high he was.
Have you
Right.
guys seen the Book of Eli?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you
yeah.
know that's a remake?
Do you guys know
He's not blind.
he's not blind?
I don't think he's blind.
He's no.
I mean, if you
I
watch
don't
it
think he's
again-
blind
If you
in the
watch it
movie.
again
That
with the idea
premise-
if he's blind, you
I
go,
watched
you
it
can,
the first time with the premise that he was blind because again I watched it later than everybody
Man,
else,
and you
so
already
I
heard
had
it.
already
it's
heard.
exaggerated. Some of those fight scenes, like a blind person could never.
But
do,
like
or
no, but
yeah,
he's under the underpass where the echoes and the hearing would be
Yeah.
confined, and you
No.
would hear everything, like the shing.
heightened senses.
Yeah.
And all that. Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Did you know that's a remake?
I did not know that.
And I guarantee you've never seen or heard about the movie that it was a remake of.
That's probably true.
There's a movie from the 60s called Zardos. It stars the one Sean Connery.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to bring up
yes.
I'm going to bring up a picture.
Best Jeopardy player I've ever seen.
Me
Oh,
too.
fucking
I don't know.
kills it.
And-
Turd Ferguson was pretty good.
Yeah. You're right.
It was a very trippy 60s movie where it had giant heads made of stone
Okay.
that would spit out guns and pretty much proclaim that sex is bad and guns are great and this is how you rule the world. And this is
Orange Man bad.
Indeed.
this was Sean Connery's costume for the beginning of the movie.
Hot.
And for anyone listening, I
Look at
highly
that.
recommend when
I've
you
got the
have
same thing in just a different color.
Yeah.
Oh,
thigh-high boots, a little like red band diaper thing, and a bandolier of fucking bullet shells with a fucking long-ass ponytail and a pistol. That's it. So if you're listening and you're like, what the fuck? Google it. Or if you've seen the movie, please drop a comment anywhere. I will start a fucking conversation about this.
it's a whole subreddit, folks.
Because he jumps through time. It comes to like the 60s with everyone. It's fucking weird. But check it out.
It's safe to understand that the Book of Eli would be a remake. Most movies are
You would
nowadays.
not. You would not.
Okay.
Like the Book of Eli. If you watched it, you're like, oh, okay, I see. Oh, okay, I get it. All right. But you would never connect the two, really.
I don't think he was blind in the movie. I know that that's the thing, but I just no. I don't know. I didn't see it. It didn't feel right for this.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
No, I get it.
It was a good plot twist. It was all. It was
I
very,
enjoyed the movie.
It was, yeah, it was a
Yeah.
good movie.
Pretty
So
good
Absolutely.
movie. I mean, any movie with Gary Oldman. Though,
he is the
Yeah.
greatest actor of our
that
time, in
movie
my
you gave
opinion.
me. You remember?
True Romance.
Yeah.
That what did you just say? That
he
movie?
bought me a
You-
movie.
Yeah, I don't. I'll shake his goddamn hand right
You know
now.
what I will.
You know what? How many times I tried to get him to watch this movie, and he was like, whatever. You know, I can't find it. Went to the video store, couldn't find it, and I was in Target, and it was like $5.
Right
And
there.
I'm like,
Yeah.
psh,
And it was
sold.
probably the collector's edition. With
Yeah,
the
it
cool
was.
Box and
Yep.
shit. Yeah.
It was a great movie.
That's Tony Scott's finest
how
film.
many times have you watched Game of Thrones for me?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just kidding, bro.
No, yeah.
No.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's life,
no,
you know.
You get good tips, you pass them on to your friends.
Fuck
you know?
yeah.
That's how it works.
That's how it goes.
Have you ever seen the Sasquatch Gang?
I have not.
Look that one
I
up.
don't know what that is, but
You'll
I'm intrigued
appreciate
by the
it.
name,
Did you
for
like
sure.
Super Troopers?
Yeah.
That kind of
I
humor?
even
Do you like
Super
Trailer Park
Troopers
Boys?
2.
I did too. It was all right. It
I
wasn't
haven't
as good as
seen
the
it yet.
first, but it held up.
I've been having night terrors about the bottle kids, though.
Do you have Hulu?
I don't. I just
Okay.
have Netflix, HBO Go.
Okay, so you haven't seen Letterkenny. Dude.
Is that with the Canadian?
Yes.
Canadian hockey players?
Yes.
I've seen.
Hilarious shit,
Yeah,
dude.
it's good. I know what you're
Hilarious
talking
shit.
It's not bad. I've seen two random episodes.
Yeah.
So
Or
I-
you like bits on YouTube or something,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
No, I was
Somewhere.
somewhere and I watched a couple episodes. Yeah. And
It's funny
pretty
shit.
Yeah.
Give your balls a tug.
You, Shorzy.
I seen the scene too where they were talking to each other about their sisters and it's good. that was a good time.
So back to wrestling.
Back to
because
wrestling.
We have to. We got to address this real quick.
This is true.
We had an open survey on Google where people could go and pick their 16 favorite wrestlers
Of all time.
out of a category of there was like 70. You know,
We had like 70, and then you could write some in.
right?
I don't want to stop the momentum, but
Right.
I have a cool story. Just
Throw it
after
out
this-
there.
After this,
Oh, after.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll-
All right.
we'll
I'll make
bookmark
this quick
it's
because
wrestling related.
Okay.
Somewhat.
So out of that category of 70 or whatever, however many it was, we have our top 16, which
Voted on by the fans.
yes.
Or suggested by the fans.
So what we're going to do is we're going to now open up our bracket predictions where you go in and the bracket is set. It's 16, and you vote on how you think the bracket's going to play out based on the voters on Facebook and Twitter.
I really enjoyed your guys' movie brackets and
Right. This is just
thank you.
another one of those.
those were pretty cool.
Right.
We're a fan of
I participated in as many of the
We appreciate
votes
it.
as I
Yeah.
could, you know.
We
Hell
think it's
yeah.
a good time.
The ones that popped up, I always voted in, and then sometimes I'd search them.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
I feel like I missed a few here and there. But
Possible, but life happens.
They go quick,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, I'm busy.
There was a lot of them.
Got a pregnant girlfriend working all the time.
That does happen.
Plus, we were doing a full 64 before. Now
Yeah.
we're down to 16.
We cut it
you
down
know?
to the good
Yeah,
shit.
We're getting right to
Cutting
the
off
the
the
meat.
fat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I get it.
Which is where the Google survey comes in.
Yeah.
You know,
So
that's
that way
kind of like
everyone
the
can
first
still-
3 rounds.
Yeah, because everyone can still participate. They get their favorites in there, hopefully. Or at least vote for them. Get that satisfaction.
So based on voting, here we go. We're going to give you the rundown real quick because the brackets are live. You can go select your bracket. We're going to give away a prize for whoever picks the best amount.
The best bracket
yep.
wins. Yep.
Most points, all that good stuff. The number 1 seed, Ric Flair.
Like,
Boom.
I'm with it.
Yep. And he is up against number 16, Mr. Perfect.
Kurt Hennig.
Remember Mr. Perfect?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'm not a diehard wrestling fan.
Right.
I was.
You
for
have
like a brief
pieces in
period,
life, right?
But
I got you.
I followed it like. to a
You'll
certain
recognize
degree.
every other name
Yeah,
on this
there's-
list except that
I
one.
feel like I know more wrestlers than the average person.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Times 90% probably.
We got The Rock against John Cena.
No, who's the Rock?
All right.
Not familiar with this guy.
Dwayne Johansson.
You may have remembered him from
Swedish
playing
fellow, right?
Yes,
football at Miami. You know, no big deal.
Yeah.
We got Stone Cold Steve Austin against Andre the Giant.
Yep. The Rattlesnake versus a legend.
Yeah.
Right. That's a major clash there. The Undertaker against Scott Hall, Razor Ramon.
Yep.
Okay. Hulk Hogan
I think this is the biggest matchup.
against
in
Ultimate
Rumble.
Warrior. WrestleMania 5, round 1.
Right here. No waiting.
You know what? The Ultimate Warrior. Hello, the Ultimate Warrior.
That's a
Hulk
bold.
Hogan-
listen
Hulk
up,
Hogan's a
voters.
legend.
We're
He's
gonna,
a legend.
We're gonna get this
It's just
gentleman to
not my thing.
get
bro.
his whole
I
bracket
love
after the
Ultimate
show.
Warrior.
Who didn't?
I mean, how
and then
could
if you
you
go
not,
back
bro?
and actually
He's
watch
an
him wrestle
animal,
now,
bro.
you're just like, huh, he didn't know how to
Well-
wrestle. Or give an interview.
Well, if you go,
The starship is coming.
I've read Webster's dictionary, and Ultimate and Warrior are like top 10 words in that book. So
I'm just saying.
just
Yeah.
put them together.
He made his money.
Yep,
Uh,
and he was outstanding.
He He pumped
Rowdy
up the crowd.
Rowdy Piper against Bret the Hitman Hart.
Man,
That's a tough one.
Why?
That's a tough one.
Okay.
Macho Man against Dusty Rhodes.
The American Dream.
I remember Dusty Rhodes from an old video game.
Yep. We had the
But-
polka dot outfit.
Mhm.
Macho Man.
Macho
Hey,
right.
it's Macho Man. Come on.
No, Macho Man's like the best.
And then the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels against Sting.
Ooh,
I know.
red face makeup.
Just Sting.
Any
Kid.
Sting you want.
Yeah. I'm fond of the. I actually used to have an action figurine of
Ooh.
Sting, and his arms moved, and his hips moved.
It's pretty fancy.
Yeah, it was.
It's kind of a big deal. I'm not
it
gonna
was
lie.
all right, but I'm gonna have to go with Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You know.
That's fair. Now, we're gonna set you up to where you fill out your bracket.
Okay.
Probably do it at the end of the show, so we can keep this train moving.
Yep.
But out of the names said right now, just off the top of your head, who do you think might take this home?
I think personally,
Personally.
I would hope it would be Macho Man because I think he was very good at his craft,
Mm-hmm.
both athletically and
The interviews were
obviously
amazing.
theatrically.
Oh, yeah.
Top-notch.
Cream of the crop, baby.
Cream of the crop. Yep. But to be honest, I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. I'm going with Ric Flair, bro. Ric Flair.
He's got a good line to the at least the championship round.
I'm just saying.
I like Ric Flair, man. Ric Flair and Macho Man are my two favorites.
That's all. Hey.
Yes. But
Ric
I
Flair.
can only speak for myself and not for wrestling
Hey, and
fans
that-
around the world,
And that's the name of the game because you don't know how the votes are going to go.
True.
Because, like, you would think, like, all right, out of the matchup between, say,
Stone Cold and Andre the
Stone
Giant.
Cold and
I mean,
Andre, you're like, Andre's probably got this, but everyone's probably going to vote on or Stone Cold.
I never saw Andre give me
I
the
like Stone
finger.
Cold.
That's true. Or
I like
Chuck
Stone
beer.
Cold.
Yeah. Because it never goes the way you.
Non-alcoholic beer.
Our votes never go the way we think they are.
No, that's one thing we keep consistent.
Yeah.
However, me and Jay pick our brackets, never goes the way the votes
like-
go.
I've seen some upsets and some shockers where I was like,
Really?
look, on,
Yeah.
on your guys,
Oh, yeah.
on various different things where I was like, there's one I voted on. I don't remember the details. I'm sorry, I can't help you, but I voted on it, and I was like the lone vote against like 8 other people, and I was like, what?
You click
Well,
it thinking that,
shit.
yeah, you're going to be like, all right, everyone's going to pick that. And you
Yeah,
click it,
and I was
and,
like,
and when you're
exactly.
like the only guy, you're like, how the fuck is this possible?
I was like, how did they not see this?
Yeah, have they not seen
Right.
this movie, or do they not know? Do I need to
Right.
educate these people?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that feeling well.
yeah, it hurt, bro. It hurt my,
Oh,
it
yeah.
hurt my heart.
Hits me where I
But
live.
back to my cool wrestling story.
yes, I
All
wanna
right,
hear
yes.
this cool wrestling story.
So I'm in a fantasy football league with some of my friends, from long time friends, right?
yeah.
And the commissioner came up with this brilliant idea to figure out draft order.
Okay.
So he's got one of the WWE games, right?
The oldies or the newer?
It's new. It's a newer game.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think it's Xbox 360. I think it is.
That's fair. All right.
So all the people in the draft select a wrestler based on the order they finished last year,
Ooh.
and we do a Royal Rumble
Fuck yeah.
with, so if you finish first last year, you get the first pick of the wrestler,
Okay.
and we set it all to random.
Right.
If we don't play it, we let the computer. It's all computer.
Absolutely.
It's like,
Absolutely. Respect.
simulated computer, right?
Yep.
So we do that, right? I ended up with I didn't do very great last year, so I ended up with a later pick. I got the Big Show.
Okay.
Like when it came to me, I was like the Big Show. His stats were good. Take it Royal Rumble.
Bigger
It's gonna
dude.
be hard to throw his monster
Yeah.
ass out of the ring, right?
Right. He can just toss motherfuckers around.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So we do it this year. Big Show's like everyone goes. People are getting tossed. Still no Big Show. Still no Big Show. There's only like 2 people left. Then the Big Show comes running out. Instantly tosses the dude out. And I get first pick. I got Todd Gurley.
Nice.
Took me all the way to the Super Bowl, where Todd Gurley didn't play and I lost. But,
Which was surprising,
Yeah,
but
you know,
not that you lost, but that he didn't play.
yeah, it's like not the actual Super Bowl, but the the
Yeah,
Fantasy.
for the fantasy league.
Remember
right.
he was like,
Yeah, like they.
I don't
He didn't play 16 and 17 or
Yeah, yeah,
hardly any of the
yeah,
playoffs.
yeah.
I
It ended
mean,
at
like they were
16.
saving him
Right.
or
Not to
something,
get
or
too
I don't know
nerdy, but
exactly.
He had a 4:00 game,
Mm.
and he was not probable, questionable, like
Right.
the whole time. And I was just like, 12:30 rolls around. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm
right.
like,
Your
Did you
other
make that
running backs are 1
substitution,
o'clock.
or-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
I had this person named Sony Michelle. He was like, "Hey, Chris." And I was like, well, I'm going to keep him on my bench. Find out he's not gonna play. End up having to pick up some scrub off, some
Cleveland
dude. Yeah, some dude that's playing at 8:30 is the only reason I picked him up. His own mom didn't even start him.
Oh,
His own mom was like, "Sorry, bud.
gotta
I love
win
you,
that
but-"
championship.
Right.
It's all about
So,
bragging rights, baby.
And I ended up losing by like 27, and it wouldn't have mattered anyways. But moral of the story is though, pick the big show when you're in doubt. When in doubt, pick the big show.
So you're going to take Andre the Giant in our bracket then?
And if it's
not definite.
in a movie bracket, absolutely.
I only doggy paddle.
Like, remember that time Kareem Abdul-Jabbar fought Bruce Lee?
Yeah. Game of death.
Wow.
You remember that?
Oh, I remember it. Yeah, it's just been a long time since
That brings up something I would like to share. I don't know if I've shared this before, but since elementary school, I've had a reoccurring dream.
Oh,
It doesn't happen often, but it pops in there. So, kind of like post-apocalyptic setting.
okay.
I walk up to this high school, one you would see in like a TV sitcom. That's a very like 3 stories, columns, very fancy, and it's like kind of wrecked. Windows are blown out. There's a chain link fence all around it with barbed wire, and at the very top is Hulk Hogan with a shield and a mace, and just like bring it on,
Brother.
pretty much. And the whole concept of this dream is I have to fight my way through the different levels of this high school.
It's Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Okay.
But each level has a different boss, if you will.
Okay.
Like Piper's there. Who else? Macho Man, Andre the Giant, Bushwhackers. There's a couple others.
That's a gauntlet right there.
And they have fucking weapons like fucking Escape from New York style.
Okay.
And I have to fight and kill each one to get to the roof to fight Hulk Hogan.
Nice.
Yeah. And every time I make it to the door of the roof, barely, kick that motherfucker open, and he's standing there just waiting like, bring it, bitch.
Just glistening in the sun.
I start running towards him, and I wake up every fucking time.
Oh.
And I want to write this into some sort of story or something.
You guys want to hear a wild twist?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
I went to that elementary school with him at that time.
He did. He
I
did.
did. I was younger. I was a young little Ryan, but I was there. I might have been the final boss. You need a cheat code.
He could have been like the
Oh,
guy.
shit.
These were his
You
henchmen,
couldn't
right?
make it
I don't
past
know.
Hogan, though.
Probably not.
I'm just
That's why I think that's why I went. No, honestly, I think that's why I wake up. No.
I know I'm going to lose.
I remember Jay.
I remember you,
Ant, too.
yeah.
Like he was older, like
Yeah.
not much. Like what?
Well, 1 or 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Or 1 or 2 grades, shall I say. It wasn't much.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember
Rest
at...
in peace, of course.
Yeah, it's a preschool now.
Is it?
It's the Taylor preschool. My kid goes there.
Well,
Yeah.
Wow, I
let's see
didn't know
what
that.
the FBI has to say about that.
Oh, dude.
That's
yeah.
a great... That just happened.
Nice segue, brother.
We appreciate that.
The FBI just raided our city hall here in Taylor, Michigan.
Because the mayor's been doing some shady fucking things.
Now, see, I don't want to call it a conspiracy theory. I'll just call it a theory.
All right.
Kim Worthy, the Wayne County prosecutor,
Okay.
she's been going after a lot of shit that went down in Detroit. And because we're all a part of Wayne County, I think, Leeds just led her to the suburbs, and we're one of those suburbs. So
I've heard that one of the gentlemen who has ran for mayor and different things, I forget his last name, Butch.
Remick?
Ramick, yeah.
Yeah.
He, from sources and people and shit, I've heard that he's the one that tipped off. the
Oh,
FBI.
unconfirmed CHC. Exclusive.
Purely
Speculation.
speculation here.
Fake news, maybe.
But
Man, bad.
the FBI did raid
They
second-
raided his house.
his house, his vacation
A
house.
vacation home.
And there's a gentleman, I think in Allen Park, a 38-year-old guy,
He's a real estate dude, right?
a real estate dude.
He's getting caught up in this shit.
that Taylor bought up a bunch of foreclosed houses, and the idea was like to not remodel them, but like kind of get them back up to code ish,
Yeah,
and then sell them cheap
Yeah.
for families to get
right.
And apparently there's some shady dealings going on with that.
Ideally, it's a good plan.
No,
Yeah.
at the base of the plan, it makes
Right.
Hey,
It's an
it's-
AOC
yeah.
style plan.
I mean, depending where the money comes from.
Right.
Yeah, I get what
or where it's going.
And
Yeah,
then
right.
the area towing company that has been notorious in our city for being like anytime there's a car crash and the cops come, they're the company that's contracted to come and pick up the cars, take them to the junkyard, all that. Like they got free reign. Like you'll see them driving down the highway, or not even the highway, but like the main roads, doing like 75. Cops won't touch them. Like,
I got a bold ass prediction. If this shit goes any further than this,
yeah.
Wahlburgers.
Ooh,
Gotta
I don't know about
get,
that.
Get the fuck out of the city. You don't want that. You don't want that shit attached to your fucking brand.
Hey, unless some
All
shit
these
comes,
big companies
what if that has
coming
connection?
in?
But
What?
the whole thing is that there's kickbacks from the real estate and area towing. Like each time a car was impounded, they got a cut of the fees. The city did, but not officially. It was off the books.
Speculation, folks.
Speculative. This is all rumors and hearsay.
I'll be honest. I was out of town. I don't know much about it. Just
Was
Right.
it?
what
It
I
was
read
convenient
on
you were out of
Facebook.
town.
Yeah, it
Oh.
was. Uh-oh.
You know, oh man, it's February. Who wants to go to a wave pool?
Oh shit! They're coming for my thousands now.
Kicking down the door of the studio.
So, because that story right there, which
That's some big news for us.
that's our area, man. This is our
Yeah.
backyard,
I know,
right?
man.
This is big shit, and we'll see how it plays out. We don't know any more details than what
Not
we
yet.
just told you.
Yeah.
And actually, the most of the shit you just told me, I hadn't heard. So fucking A.
Same here.
But because it's politically based, and we don't normally do it a lot, but there's one story in the news right now that's just fantastic on the internet, and that's Mr. Jussie Smollett.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his name properly.
We're gonna go with Smollett.
Sounds good.
Sure.
Sounds good.
He just got
He's getting charged.
charged. I don't know. Is it like, what are exactly the charges? Do we know?
Filing a false police report is one
Okay.
of the counts in the charge. I'm not sure how many, total, but
That's
dude, this guy's getting butchered on the internet.
how could you fabricate that?
The memes are awesome.
Oh, the meme. I will never disrespect the internet when it comes to timely memes. After anything happens, good, bad, doesn't
people
matter.
are amazing.
Within 5 minutes, you have a crop of memes that are just so fucking funny.
Memes are so cutthroat. The UK has outlawed them.
I know, right?
This is a
Bro,
fact.
Memes,
They hurt.
they do damage. They do damage.
I'm just impressed with like the kid sitting at his computer, right? And as
So
this shit,
witty enough to just
within
boom.
minutes,
And
like 2 minutes after anything happens, like breaking news, this happened. You count to fucking 10.
Boom.
There's 3,000 memes.
Give me a still shot and a witty saying. And
Oh, we're done.
gold.
Yeah.
And they mean business.
It makes me think, like, all these kids, right? Because you have younger children, right? Think about when they're like 20, getting into the workforce. The amount they're going to know about computers and just digital shit, they're going to do so well. And it's going to be a weird fucking world in my mind. Because all these kids who spend all their time on fucking Reddit and other fucking websites and that, like, eventually they're going to have to go out into the world.
Yeah.
And
Seems like the world's coming to them.
well, yeah, that is true.
Life comes at you fast.
I was waiting for a punchline to come after that.
It's
You're like, no, that's real talk,
That's
bitches.
real talk.
Right.
It's like that day you get out of bed and your back hurts for no reason. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Dude. Do you think those two brothers, set him up?
I don't know if they set him up, but
I mean, they're just cooperating 100%, just right
well,
off
think
the
about it.
bat.
Like, some guy offers, I'm assuming there was money involved.
The reports were they got paid $4,000.
I mean, I would not turn that down, not knowing the context, and then seeing what happens, and it's like, oh, shit, okay, he took that ball and ran.
You think
And then one day the fucking detectives or somebody walks in, you know, like,
I'm not sure what I think. I'm just telling you what I've heard.
these Nigerian scam artists are stepping their game all
Oh, from downtown.
Dude, that's a layer of the onion I didn't even think about.
That's a fucking meme.
The
Why aren't you
Nigerian
posting
prince
this on the
aspect.
internet?
You know,
He's been
I
in
already-
Ohio. It's a dead zone.
I already sent him my social security number for a princess, but I'm still waiting on that.
I sent him $5,000 and my social security number. I'm gonna be a millionaire.
He promised, so there's no way around that.
That was
Holy
amazing.
shit, I didn't think of that. They're Nigerian.
Are any of them princes?
Probably.
Wouldn't that be some shit if they were both like collectively like royalty and some family down
oh
there
my
and they were
God.
like,
They're-
we
they're
got
pretty
you
chiseled
good.
at the least. Like Mac would appreciate it.
It's
The minimum.
mass.
Yeah, it's mass. They got good mass, no doubt.
Oh, jeez. I don't know, but to jump back, if I were them or in their position, I would fucking cooperate. I already got my money. I'd be like, fuck, this fucking random dude comes up to me and is like, hey, let's do this. I'm like, okay, I got no idea.
Yeah, what if they're facing like deportation or something? You know what I mean?
I mean,
and they're
that's
like,
possible.
we don't want to go back, so fuck that.
Right.
But the
right.
guy's an actor, right? Maybe they thought this was just something for him to try to get some sort of like role.
Allegedly, one of the two brothers is an extra on the show
Ah.
that he's being
Both of them.
written. Oh, they both are? Oh, shit.
I've watched the show.
Oh, okay.
It's halfway decent.
Was it Empire?
Yeah, I watched season 1 with an old friend.
I heard they covered everything basically in season 1, and now they're just reaching for straws to keep the show.
I mean, I like Terrence Howard, man. Terrence Howard's.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was a decent show. I mean, it wasn't like Game of Thrones, but it's like,
Right.
There's no
it's
game.
like,
Do you feel they kind of blew their wad early? You know, like
No,
the later seasons have
I blew
been.
my water early because I quit after the first season.
Oh, well, okay.
I mean, that's it. Game over.
You had one season, bitches.
That's it.
You
That's
lost
all
me.
get from
One
me.
and done.
Well,
You ain't no Khaleesi. Fuck
actually,
you.
me and my ex broke up, so I was like, done with that.
Right. You and that show is dumb.
You in that show. Both cut out.
I got bad memories, man.
Yeah.
Dude, they're saying now, apparently he got sent a letter
Okay.
at the studio for Empire in Chicago, and it had some crushed up, like, white powdery substance. Turned out to be Advil or some kind of ibuprofen or something.
Okay.
Adderall.
And
Adderall?
maybe whatever.
I'm just guessing.
Oh, okay.
No,
But it was
I
it
can't
was like
confirm.
a
You're like, I was there.
speculation again.
Yeah. Again.
Speculation.
But because nobody took it seriously is why he orchestrated this attack. Like,
Really?
It was
So
step
it's kind of
two,
like,
you know.
pay attention.
First
like-
scheme failed, so
Right,
he had to
right.
step his schemes up.
right, Hoax
did-
1
oh.
failed. So Hoax 2 had to be
Right.
even more brutal. You know,
Huh.
the bleach, the rope, all that shit.
Yeah, he definitely fucking swung for the fences on that one.
I'm just waiting for the mystery machine to roll up, pull the hat off, and Bernie. Bernie's like,
Bernie.
Oh,
I
my
got away
goodness.
with it too.
If it wasn't for you damn kids.
Damn kids in your capitalist.
Bread lines are
society.
good. Bernie's a train wreck.
Yeah.
I have seen a meme where somebody photoshopped the Colonel's mustache on him, and just that alone, fuck whatever writing's on it. He looks. If you put the fucking mustache and little goatee, he looks like a balding Colonel Sanders. That's just like disheveled and just woke up at like 4 a.m. Like, what the fuck's going on?
What's a hamburger? I don't like that shit.
Secret herbs and spices?
I don't want to take it off the rails again, but have you guys seen the picture of Nicolas Cage's face
Oh god!
on Ross from Friends?
And it's
Oh, yeah, it's the
exactly
same person?
same.
More like Ross than Ross. From
Yeah,
Friends.
and you see Ross's
like
face
Ross
on
from
Nicolas
Friends.
Cage, and you're like, that's wrong. But then you look at Ross with Nicolas
Yeah.
Cage's face, and you're like, no, that's right.
Your brain doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's weird. The internet gives no fucks.
Nope.
No.
And it never should.
No,
It really shouldn't.
it should stay neutral.
It keeps people true. Keeps
Yeah.
people real, you know? If you're getting laughed at repeatedly, there's probably a reason for it. You know what I mean? Like, this is how it goes.
I mean, yeah, it's life.
Yeah.
It's physics, you know. For every action, there's an equal or opposite reaction.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Have you ever thought about what it would feel like to be a meme?
You're like if you were
Like a viral meme that went,
if you were like that bad luck Brian kid,
yeah, something, you know?
and then like people walking down the street like, oh my god, that's you, and you're like, god damn it.
How crazy would that would change your next, you know, even 6 months?
Oh, yeah.
And then you're gone. You're,
Well,
you
like,
know,
all right.
on to the next,
Somebody will
whatever.
remember, though.
Do you remember like
People, well, depending on the,
people don't forget?
you know, hashtag Rick and address. You know what I mean?
Forever unclean. You're forever unclean. You drank the urinal ice.
I seen you do it. Oh. This is first time standing up to pee, folks.
Fuck you, man.
That is
I had no control over that situation.
no, but that was possibly like
greatest burn ever,
oh,
but yes.
how do you
no.
top that?
You know, I'm sure we've had a couple through the course of our times knowing each other, where we burned
yeah.
each other pretty good.
Oh, no doubt.
Right.
I mean, I poked this guy in his belly button once.
Dude, oh God, that threw me off until I realized.
I
it
remember
was
hearing
you.
that story.
The day of, we were recording. I was actually getting
He was on his way here.
I was getting supplies for the podcast.
Nice.
I came in, I was like, dude, John.
Was that the sunflower seed night?
It was.
It was.
That was the sunflower seed night. I got the
Not
Supreme-
familiar with that, but
I seen this bag of Supreme Taco Supreme flavored sunflower seeds,
okay.
and I was like,
Taco Bell.
from Taco, yeah, and I was like, what the? Okay, I gotta buy these. I gotta show people. And as I'm standing in line, some random bearded gentleman just goes, boop, and pokes my fucking belly button.
So your mind was not even in the game.
No, I was thinking about these Taco Supreme
Yeah, no,
sunflower seeds.
He was
like,
on sunflower seeds.
yeah, and then that happened, and I was just like, okay, am I fighting someone? And I put on an angry face, and I looked up, and you're standing there, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And you're like, hey. And I was like, that's Forgaze with a beard.
Yeah, I grew it myself too.
It was impressive. It was a little bit bigger than what you got going now, I think. And it's still respectable.
It's decent.
Yeah.
Grave before shave, my friend.
I had to trim mine up. It was getting a little bit unruly for my liking. Waking up with beard in my mouth.
The worst is eating pizza, man.
And then the random 5 hairs go in and you're just like,
Yeah, chewing on hair is no fun.
Just got to keep them corners clean,
yeah.
which I'm slacking on. I got to get a little trim here.
Oh, I'm guilty myself.
We we're talking about facial hair. The afro is here, right? I'm still growing it.
It's impressive. I'm not going to lie.
We took it out on the town the other night for my younger brother's band played at the local Democratic Club there.
Ooh.
And we went outside for a cigarette, and I picked the afro out. Boy, oh boy. The mood of the bar changed real quick. There was excitement in the air.
Definitely a fan of the fro.
Yeah?
Yeah. I respect it.
I'm looking at maybe 3 more weeks, and then it'll be gone. Hopefully. We just measured it. I'm at 7.5 inches. I got to go at least a half more inch, maybe 3/4 to get to where I can donate it. So, we'll see how long that takes.
7.5 inches is always kind of impressive.
It's pretty standard.
He's still hoping for that 8, though.
Yeah, I mean,
It's enough for a callback, anyways.
Well played.
Well, before we get out of here tonight, we have one more thing we need to take care of. It's the beer of the week.
This is true.
You got it. This week, I picked up. We went back to Old Nation Brewing with Horse IPA. It's part of the New England IPA series they put out. I know we had the M43 a couple weeks ago.
Which was nice.
It was pretty tasty. We found out late in the game that we had to roll the sediment around before we poured it in a cup, which we took care of this evening, and I think it helped.
I think so, too.
How do you drank it out of the can? Would it taste all right to you?
I thought it was good.
Yeah,
Solid.
I enjoyed it.
I did.
I'm a fan.
I think I liked M43 better.
Yeah.
This one had a more hoppy punch to it.
Okay.
Still good, though. It's better than a lot of the IPAs that we've had. Old Nation is definitely doing something right.
Not as strong as some of the IPAs we have. That's for damn sure.
It's no Jarreds Mom. But
No. You know what we should do? We should crack a bottle just to get them to taste it.
That's
Just
actually
just sip
yeah,
it.
IPA, Jarreds Mom.
Oh, it's
Oh.
the IPA.
Yeah, let's make that happen.
All you got to do is take a sip.
A sip. That's
We'll get
it.
the rest of it. We'll take care of the rest
It's
of
a
it.
bit of a legend on this show.
We just have to get your feeling on it.
It's mainly the facial expression before the first sentence.
This is some kind of trap, right?
No.
I trust you guys.
Sadly, it's not a twist test.
Yeah, you're gonna hurt yourself if you do
Oh.
that. Oh shit! There it is.
You've done that once or twice before.
A few times.
All right, here we go, folks.
Oh, that was ballsy.
I can feel my chest hairs growing. But it's pretty good.
Oh,
Oh,
shit!
you're a
I
fan.
like it.
Whoa!
That is the second person.
Aaron,
Yeah,
Aaron,
I do
scoot
like
over. You got company on your
Yeah.
bench there, buddy.
I mean, I have drank in.
Yeah, this is true. Your taste buds might be a little off.
Nah, they're
That Remy.
They're locked in right now.
That
so
was
you're a
not-
fan of Jarreds Mom. That's impressive.
I'm kind
I don't
of.
hate it.
I feel kind of defeated right now.
Hey,
I
you know
was
what?
Anticipating. Oh, he took another one.
Jarreds Mom is
I
like
don't know why you're-
politics in America. You're one side or you're the other, right? There's no middle ground. You either like it or you hate it. I mean, that's what it is.
It pretty much tastes like every other IPA I've had, to be honest with you.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Wow, that's.
That's a fair assessment.
I don't want to do.
I mean, a little slight differences, a little bit more
Oh, yeah.
intense, but
A little more pucker.
yeah.
You know, you took it like a champ. I'll
Oh,
be
man.
honest with
You
you.
took
I mean,
a second
I think-
swig, so-
yeah, and you keep setting it in front of him.
I don't know why.
You don't want it?
No.
Oh hell no!
No, that's for you, buddy.
Round 3?
You,
Yeah, if you have the
kill it,
huevos-
brother.
Wow, wow, unfazed, folks.
That's
not-
impressive.
I made the bitter beer face when I did it.
I've been training for years. So
Apparently, I haven't had
all for
enough.
this moment, apparently.
It's your time to shine, buddy. Oh my goodness.
You guys really don't like it that bad. Like, to me,
I-
it tastes like pretty much similar to
We
most
are more
other
like
IPAs.
brown ale. We're not
okay.
the most IPA.
With all due
fellas
respect
out there.
to that statement,
Yeah.
we've had a lot more on this show because we've made it a point to try different beers. So
no, it's understandable.
we've had levels of IPA that were really extreme like that, somewhat middle ground like this one today.
El Dancarino.
El Dancarino was fucking that.
I don't buy IPAs. I have one specific friend who always has different IPAs,
Okay.
and he hangs out, or I go over to his house, and he always gives me one. So I sample them all. I don't remember their names. They're always got some ridiculous name,
Right.
Like Jarreds Mom or whatever.
El Dancarino.
Right, exactly. So I'm like, all right, tastes like
Yeah.
IPA.
Yeah, right. That's fair.
Yeah, so
That's fair.
to me, I like the taste. It's kind of like a strong taste, but
Oh, it's strong.
yeah.
That was either episode 1 or 2. Me and Aaron found that one,
I think it was 2.
and that was oof.
It'd be hard to start off drinking with this, though. I will admit that.
That yeah,
Like,
there you go.
If this is your first go-to, it's gonna be a long road up.
Okay.
Like,
right.
this isn't so bad.
That's a respectable review, right
That
there.
is. I
Yes,
think so.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
not to shadow Old Nation.
no,
with
no,
all
no,
this
no.
talk, but
Well, what's your favorite IPA you've had?
El Dancarino would be
El
El Dan-
Dancarino is probably
El
number 1.
Dancarino.
Yeah,
highly recommended.
that was a good one, and it's a real high alcohol content,
where-
so you
Oh,
can
yeah.
drink one and be good.
Where does that come from?
Odd Side Ales.
Yep.
Same company.
I went to Old Chicago recently, and I had a.
Hey, you keep setting it in front of
It's
me
so fun.
like you're like, yeah, it's your turn. Just take a
It's
sip.
like
you'll be
we're
fine.
doing shots off a bottle here.
swig pass.
Well, for tonight, anyways, the Cart Horse IPA, I gave it a 2.75 on Untappd.
I'm gonna go with 3.25. It wasn't bad.
3.25.
I'm a fan of Old Nation. They're doing some quality products. I'm not a huge guy when it comes to IPAs, but I'm okay with this one.
Wasn't bad.
No, I would say both this one and M43 I would purchase again.
There's one more in this series we need to try. Maybe we'll make that episode 71. Just knock it
Just get
down
it
right there. Yep.
What was
Boss Tweed,
Boss
I believe it's
Tweed,
called.
yeah.
So-
Our buddy Austin is a big fan of the Boss Tweed.
He clued us in on the series. So
He did indeed.
Same
Big-
Austin.
Oh
Yep,
yeah.
Yep. Same Austin.
He's an IPA guy.
He's had a couple that he clued us in on that were really high hoppy
Yeah.
IPAs. Yeah.
Some were okay. Some
that
were
all day
not.
IPA from Founders. He was like, here, take
Oh,
these.
you have to. Yeah, he
Yeah,
made us like
they were
some-
strong.
Whew. I was not a huge fan of the all day.
I trust Austin's judgment.
I do too. He seems to know a lot about that craft beer realm.
He the Hop Slam. I
Hop
know
Slam.
he liked
He's
that.
he's a big fan of that.
Shout out to Austin.
You know,
We're waiting for you to come back over, sir.
seats open.
So before we get out of here tonight, is there anything else we need to get into? We may have covered like one or two of our homework subjects in the
We've been
course of the
slacking
evening.
a bit. but
Yeah,
that's mainly due to our guests. Nothing against our guests, but
Man,
they have better
my bad,
stories
bro.
than what we have.
no,
homework
no,
for.
it's good.
yeah,
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
yeah, dude.
I'll take that.
It's been fun.
yeah. It's been a good
I had
time.
fun time, man.
See what I'm
I like-
saying, right? Remember a little while ago when you were like, I don't
I'm
know
just gonna
about
be.
this.
I'm the wallflower. I'll
Yeah.
add in here and there.
Why did I say all that?
It happens.
I
It
was
happens.
thinking it.
I seen it in your eyes.
We moving forward here. This is going to be the last episode that we publish for February.
This is true.
It's been a fun month.
Shout out Black History Month.
Yep.
Yeet, yeet.
Non-shout out to Jussie. The beginning of March is going to be tricky. We're going to drop a couple episodes real quick on you listeners.
Yeah.
72 and 73 are going to hit like damn near back to back. The way our scheduling is set up and with the
Necessity.
of scheduling
'Cause
with the guests we have coming in.
You're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, this is going to be big time for us.
We like to think so.
We're looking forward to what we got coming up for sure. As for tonight, though, it's been fun, sir.
It's been a good time, bro.
Yeah?
For coming
Appreciate
out.
you having me on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have to set it up again. Come back over.
For sure, man. We go back like cornrows.
This is true.
4 flats on a Cadillac, my friend.
Yes, sir.
We do want to set up a podcast in the future here where we play cards. We want to play poker
You sure?
while recording a show.
You sure you want to do that, me?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
I'm thinking the 3 of us and maybe Dags.
Oh,
You
Maybe
know,
Sean.
We need
maybe
Dags. We
I'm
need
sure
Dags.
Aaron will make a.
Aaron might rearrange
special
his
visit.
schedule for
do you
this
think
one.
we get the mysterious Aaron?
The mysterious Aaron?
Oh,
Oh.
Well, that's on you.
I'll do what I can.
You got the
You,
connections.
you work your magic on
Yeah.
that one and get
I'll
him
do what
over
I
here.
can, bro. He might be fun though. If we can get him.
I ran into him at Meyer one time and I invited him over, but I haven't heard from him. So
I haven't talked to him in like 6 months.
yeah, I haven't really heard. I didn't hear from him when we worked together, so it doesn't surprise me.
Even when we were on the same shift.
Right? Yeah, we were working together. I don't hear from you,
Nope.
but we do want to do a poker show. So if you want to come back over for that one, that'd be fun.
I'm down, man.
We'll throw everybody throw.
We're gonna put a cam up.
We could do that.
I think that'd
We
be
have the
great.
technology.
You want to get like a whole cam?
I
Like
ain't-
pass the
I
phone
ain't-
around
I'm
or
not the boss
something?
here,
Oh,
bro.
That's
okay,
a,
all
that's
right.
a bit
This is a
fancy.
minion.
All right. We'll see what we got. We got a couple episodes before we'll do it before 100. How about that?
Definitely do
Let's
it
make it a
before
goal
100.
before
I
before
feel
show
like
100.
Not showing your audience, you guys, pretty faces is just doing them a disservice. You know,
I have a silky voice
You
for
do.
podcasts on the radio. I don't know
Mhm.
about the face.
It's enjoyable. It's pleasant.
It's been called as buttery velvet.
Yeah.
I've had that comment.
I can see that.
I'm very proud of that. Buttery
I
velvet.
yeah,
velvet.
we'll see.
So, wait, I'm gonna say it as smooth as I can. Buttery velvet.
Buttery velvet.
It's good.
Maybe if I can pick my hair out enough to where the fro just covers my face, and then we put me on camera all day.
Oh, just straighten it again.
And I'll just look like one of them characters from Spaceballs.
There you go.
Surrounded by assholes.
Such a good movie.
All right, well, after all that, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Put a
Episode
bow on it.
70.
Yeah.
70.
R4G. Big thank you.
Appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, man, it's cool to be here.
Share it. Let your friends hear it. When we post it on social media,
For
let them
sure.
hear it.
For sure.
Shout out to anybody and everybody listening. We appreciate it.
That's right.
Yeah, buddy.
Go to, let's see, Facebook, Corner House Chronicles.
Yep.
Twitter, Corner HC Podcast. And get in our movie, or not movie, I'm sorry. Ooh. It's because we were
Best
talking about
wrestler
Best
bracket.
wrestler bracket.
We already got to drop down to the top 16 for you.
Yep, we gave you the matchups.
And they're not easy, folks.
Nope, go through, pick all the way to the winner.
You could be the winner.
Make sure you,
Submit your guesses.
yep, when you submit it in the bracket, what is it? You pick the winner, and then there's a second bar right there where you
Yeah, at the bottom. You go to the final
like
two.
title your bracket, put something in there that we recognize who you
Who
are.
yeah.
You know, and then your email
Yeah.
and submit, and whoever gets the best bracket, we're gonna pick a prize. We're gonna give it to you. It's gonna be fun.
Do mine tonight?
We're gonna do it right now.
Oh,
as
we're
soon
gonna
as-
set
as
you
soon
up
as
after
we
we
hit,
wrap up.
As soon as we hit
Oh,
the
yeah.
stop button, you're getting submitted.
Ultimate
So
Warrior
think
all
about
the
your
way.
picks. Ultimate Warrior all the way. No, you said Macho Man. That's what he said.
Hey, cream of the crop.
Oh, Conflict, inner
Gators.
conflict.
It's all about the Gators.
But I got to look at this like a political advisor. I don't care about
Yeah,
what I like.
who's people
It's
going to
about
vote
what
for?
they
If you want to
like,
win
you
the
know what I'm
prize, you
saying?
got to
Right.
play this game.
Right. This is
Yeah.
the primary.
Yeah.
You got to
Right.
get it right.
It's like Game of Thrones, man.
It's not about what's right, what's important, what's real. It's about what they think.
What sells?
You get it.
Again, folks, we're going to be dropping some episodes on you real quick here. 72, 73 going to come back to back. Pay attention for that. We
Please.
thank you.
Yes.
It's going to be exciting. Here's to March. Cheers. And we want to thanks again, man. It's been fun.
And a big fuck you to winter. It's almost over.
Almost. Spring.
So close.
Once you hit 30, it's like you're living with your check engine light on.